Hello.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Oh, it's nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Oh, um,
Welcome to my show, Ben. I'm so happy you're I'm so happy you're here. Uh, you are the person who inspired me to finally write poetry. You didn't know that at first, but it was your poetry
Really?
that made me brave. So thank you for coming.
Yeah, welcome. Thanks too. And I'm also happy that we happen to have this time and also arrange some time to get to talk. And I'm super cool about it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Well,
welcome.
to tell you, this is there are people everywhere because the world is too expensive to live for any of us, really. And there are people everywhere who are scared to create and scared to showcase themselves. So I appreciate you and your friends, your collective that you work with. Would you be able to explain a little bit about what you do, what you create? Could you tell me about
Yeah,
you, please?
yeah, sure. Thank you. Once again, I'm Ben. Ben Pix, it's my name. I don't know whether I should start with how I came up with this name. That would be also amazing. Um, Ben came from Bernard, and then Pix. It's I used to love geography a lot in high school, and then when you look at a pyramidal peak, the peak of a mountain, you remember? I think a peak of a mountain. So that's where I got my inspiration from to come up with the name Pix. So each time I do anything myself, I just refer Ben is at the peak. So now
Oh,
being artistic, to create a S to make it like Ben Pix. So that's like anytime I'm broken, anytime I feel so low, I've low self-esteem, I'll be like, no, Ben is at the peak. And then this
wow.
alone gave me the inspiration and to have. So that's why I always love to have Pix around, and most people call me Pix, that's Ben, but it's Ben Pix. So that's a brief story about how I came up with the name.
Wow.
hello.
All right.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah,
Better.
it's good now.
Yeah, better. Okay. I hope I hope I can hear that before. Um, should be okay. But I will mention for the show there's been technical difficulties, which does happen. And I can hear myself talking. But so tell me, Ben, what do you yeah create or make for
Okay.
life?
Yeah. So currently, right now, I'm a creative. I'm a performing artist, and what we do is we have a small group of people. Let's say we came up with a team, and then we build up something like this is our journey. This is our face. This is what we need to do. Before then, I used to go to a space, just a free space where people come, youth come and gathers around, people dance and stuff like that. And then the creative director for that space one time asked me, "What are you doing in this space exactly?" So I was like, "I come to dance as usual, like the rest. What is your purpose?" Now assume that if someone brought an opportunity to this space, how are you going to benefit from this? And I look at myself, I was like, oh, okay, now I understand exactly what you're trying to mean. Then it was like, can you form a group? I can give you a name of a crew and maybe something, and I see the potential in you. Can you really do this? I was like, where will I start from? Because I'm this dancer that I'm a solo artist. I come, do my stuff, I go home. I come, do my stuff, I go home. So how? I don't have the experience. I was like, you're going to learn. And this is how we came up with my own crew that is called Style Flavor. I don't know whether you've seen most of my videos. Sometimes I hashtag Style Flavor. So that's how we started building. And from nowhere, I started adding a crew, becoming a crew leader, and then pushing. Not until one time in the same space, a brother called Geoffrey Oriema, he came. That is the founder for Watwero,
Hmm.
what we do. And then the other was like, I'm seeing the two of you because I had also a colleague who is called Kedwin, and we are doing something. I was like, man, you're out of school, and I'm still in school, and I think you have ideas of how to write proposal, Chris. And I was like, yeah, I did this in school, but I don't think I've ever applied it practically outside. And then I was like, no, you can guide me. I have some idea of trying to see ways of engaging the street kids to do an entrepreneurship workshop, and then how to see also like what can help them to sustain their life, because I'm seeing them roaming around instead of going to steal, pick people's stuff, collect stuff. At least we can give them some business ideas and stuff like that. We
Mm.
we push. Then I was like, okay, that's a good thing to do. I started guiding him up what to do, and then he also a good writer. He did something of literature, something like that. So he's really good at writing. And then he was like, okay, let me try and put this together and share with the friends around. I was like, cool. Then that's how we started building something, and then it happens to be Geoffrey, who is our founder now. We called him to also help because he has been really working with a lot of kids outside and a lot of youth. They were like, we need your skills here. Then when he saw the potential, he saw our vision, and his vision were matching together, and it's something that he wants to do. I was like, okay, I think I found the right people to keep to help me push this company really far, this group that I had. So that's how we started coming together, working together. And then Watware was existing as a dance crew as well before. And I also had my own. And then this colleague came, we did something, a project called Street Art Court Label. And the Street Art Court Label was to help the street kids around, give them entrepreneurship skills. And then afterwards, they go. So we're making like paper bags, making liquid shops, how to bake chapatis and cakes. So that was things that we are trying to give them as skills, and also then motivating them, like seeing young people who are progressing in this stuff. And we started with some small amount. So when Geoffrey came, and then we did was, this is a good thing. Can you guys, can the two of you join me? Because I had this crew, but I want to make it as a dance company. And this dance company is to help the rest of the youth around to see vision, and also to change the community perception to us as artists, how they look at us. Because when it comes back to Africa, Uganda, um, a lot of communities like perception be like, no, these are people who smoke weeds, these are people who drink alcohol, these are people who are pickpocketing, and they're not this kind of people. So we wanted to change that narratives of having like, okay, we dancers, we can also put food on the table. We dancers, we can do this. So that's where we started like coming up together, getting the company registered, getting lawyers who can help us around. And with time, yeah, so we became a creative hub. And also, so Watware is a home of creatives, and Watware means we can. That's the meaning in Acholi. It's called Watware in English is we can. So together, we can. So that's also another motivation that keeps me and growing. And slowly, what Watware nowadays venture into most is creating our own stories, our own indigenous stories in theater forms and dance pieces to share out to the community and the world at large. So usually that's what we're based on, and it's art and company. So briefly, that is how we came together, and right now we are creative. So at Watwero, I work on as an administrator, though I don't have that much knowledge, but for now, that is my role. And beside that, also I'm a dance tutor in it, and also a choreographer in it, and also most times we work with communities because we believe these are the right people that we can tackle via stress, via creating or harmonizing, bringing in a peaceful environment with everyone in the community that we fit in. So that's currently what we do. Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for explaining so well. Um, I see your beautiful performances from Instagram side. Um,
Yeah.
they have a history that it would take me a long time to educate myself on. Yes, so we may need to have more conversations. But just so what you've just told me is a great example of why I'm glad we are talking. I want to ask you about your upbringing. Could you tell me a bit about how you came to begin to create things and maybe some challenges in childhood if you had any?
Um, yeah. I started dancing when I'm around 14 years old. Not really so young, but yeah, around that age. And my journey in this industry was not really so hard because I had a lot of inspiration about it. Like it was something that was inside me
Mm.
about art and dance generally. So, um, what I do since when I was young, I'm this kind of person that naturally once a music is playing, I'm always into it. Like it turns me on. I'm always into it, jamming and having that vibe. And also during Christmases, during parties around, whenever they put and they need kids around to come and compete, I'm this person that always jamming fast. And I'm this person that people happy that I don't have really the skills. And then I started coping up slowly. And I realized also as I was growing up, I had an uncle. And this uncle of mine, I think, is when I did a flashback. Like I never realized where my journey began from. But when I had to sit down and start recalling everything during my childhood, I think it was one of the biggest inspiration in my life
Mm.
because this uncle of mine used to around 2004, 6 there is this person who loves to do art. He is good at doing graffitis and painting, tattoo. So he gets these marker pens and paint himself. He designed himself. So he used to love a lot of hip hop dance and stuff. So always he locked himself up in the room and he does the backslides and stuff like that. So I started getting all those inspiration from him. And then sometimes I'll be like, I want to dance like him. And whenever he comes back for holidays, he's always playing hip hop, R&B music, and up to now, I feel I'm still addicted to that kind of genre of dance and stuff because I used to listen to those kind of music a lot. So slowly with time, um, I became like copying him and getting attached and watching all these videos. So each time I watch a Lingala video for hip hop, I always try to copy and paste the moves and stuff like that. So it synced in me. Not until one time when we go for this competition, this small call like party Christmases, I'm always getting a gift. If I'm not number two, I'm number one or three, something like that. So I realized that it's actually been part of me to start. Now to come into the real world of dance, like getting to know deep about dance, that was in 2015. But before then, also I used to compete schools during break time, stuff like that. So there was a time a friend of mine we were doing gymming in the evening hours in the neighborhood. So I just copy a lot of Michael Jackson does this stuff, a lot of videos that I've been watching, and also like I feel I'm good at it. Then this guy, when we were gymming, I didn't know he was a dancer, and I for almost 5 months. So one time we were gymming around, and then a song was playing. Found myself like jamming on it, popping and stuff like that. And then was like, nah, your wave is not that strong enough. It's not that good enough. Let me show you something. And then when he saw, I was like, wow, I think I like this. So what's up? You've been a dancer for this? I was like, yeah. I was like, okay. Where do you guys train from? Because I used not to be within Gulu by then.
Cool.
I used to be with my mom's place, like the Western Uganda.
Yep.
So it wasn't within. So I studied. I usually come to early days and visit. So I was like, yeah, this thing is there. I've been dancing for like past 2 years now, but nowadays I don't feel so much about it. Okay, show me where do they do it from? Like, this place. So by then I school, and then I was like, okay, I think when I'm in for my vacation, I have to go look for these places and learn these things. Yeah, because I was like, you're better than me because me, I copy from videos, but yours, you're doing it physically. So this is something that it gave me more light to it. And then when I school stuff like that, I go and perform and make students happy, like you dance and stuff like that. So when I got done, I went straight to look for these places. And I'm this person who is kind of also an introvert a little bit, slightly, I would say. So I went to these places and it was a youth center where a lot of youth comes gathered, but they do dance and
Second, hang on. Oh, I'm calling you back. 1 second.
From there, when we got done, but also from schools, we have students that love to dance, and sometimes we compete among each other
Mm.
in the dormitories. So like maybe during preps, after preps, we jam, we dance, we just clap and stuff like that. So it was really cool. And when I started for Form 4, I had it as a goal, like to look for these spaces. I came back and I started looking for these spaces, but also by then I'm this more of like also both intro and extrovert. I like to